Okay, I guess you're live, but I don't see the chat as yet. Good morning, traders. If you're on YouTube and you can hear me, I know my group can hear me. If you're on YouTube and you can hear me and you can see my screen, give me a yes, please. Okay, on YouTube. Okay, let's go. I still don't see the chat on YouTube. That's the thing. Let me just refresh it, see if I get a chat. 1 second. Because if I don't see the chat, then I don't get to read the questions. Okay, I can see it now. Great. Okay, guys, let's go. I hope all of you are doing great. I hope you made some money yesterday. And we're already in the money this morning. We sold the pound yen, we sold the pound dollar. There was a pound news event this morning. And if you were with us yesterday afternoon, you know how we do it, right? So we actually got the pound yen, we got the pound dollar sell. Let me see, where's the pound dollar? Oh, it's right here. We didn't take the pound ounce, by the way. We're using pound ounce as a counter. We got the pound dollar and pound New Zealand. Some of the traders might be in this one. I don't know if any of them took this one. That's the pound New Zealand and pound CAD. Those were sell setups this morning. Well, the pound CAD was an easy one, right? I think you can clearly see that this was a really good sell setup. It was, even without the news, we would have sold it that way. You got a flag, that's a great sell. So good job. Either my traders already took profit or you're in for the long run, which means we'll be watching at this consolidation to take profit. Should it stay here? Should it drop some more? And I think it can drop some more. You'll just stay with the trade for now. I'm in the pound yen and I'm still in it, so we'll see where that goes. It's going to pull back. That's normal. Pound yen, I think, should go down much more. There might be a small flag here now. See, this one actually pulled back. And if you're looking at the previous down move, there were a lot of pullback. There was a pullback here. See these pullback? A lot of them, but it kept going. So you might get a pullback here, might get a little flag there, drop a little flag, drop a little flag, drop. Each flag would be a sell setup, right? You're in the Euro New Zealand from yesterday. Good job. So let's see. I think this pound yen will come, break this low here because we didn't break the top, and then we'll go back up. This is how we see it, right? So let's go. Okay, like yesterday, this is what I'm gonna do. We already had 2 sessions this morning, which is we had the Asian session, and then the traders were there before me in the room. So I came in, we did a little there. They were doing about an hour or so, I don't know how long before me. And I left them in there. We came back, we traded news, and now we're gonna do the London session. We also have a New York session this afternoon, which will be on YouTube, so you can join us. Please share the link, please share the message. Let traders make sure they can set up the notification to inform them when we are on. And they're welcome to join and learn. Right? Each one of these videos that we did this week had something educational in them. If you miss it, go watch the videos. If you miss it, watch it again. You'll eventually get it, because in each one of them, there were questions that I answered at the end, and there were questions in the middle that we did. Right? There were times in the middle when I'll go more in-depth into a pattern. Don't miss it. A number of you have subscribed to the installment program. So those who are absolutely new that subscribe to the installment program, as a promotion for this specific week, we're going to give you till the end. When you make the first payment, you're going to get until the end of February. So you'll get about 2.5 months. So this week remaining only. So you get about 2 months, January, February, right? At the end of February for your first payment. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't pay more. Remember, there's only one fee for the course. So when you join us, you pay a single fee for the course. You can pay it in one sum. You can pay it in any amount of sums you need. The rest of it is called installment, as you might know, which means when you join that, you pay whatever sum you want and however fast you want to pay it. The minimum payment there is $100. We're giving you 2 months so that you can make the decision that this is actually for you. You need a lot of time to make the decision. You're not going to make the decision in a week, right? So, and this is not a sales pitch. This is to give you time to decide, because the cost of the course remains the same, right? This is basically allowing you to make that decision based on time. In this week, you will see what we do. You see the money we're making. You see the trades I'm setting up. You see that they work. It's your call, right? You can decide. But some traders still think this is difficult, and I'm telling you it's not. If I can do it, you can do it. It's that simple, right? So It's the only thing that actually gives you an edge. There's no other method that gives you an edge as such. They have strategies that they're going to use and hope it goes. This one allows you, gives you an edge because it allows you to see structurally what the market is going to do. That's the huge difference. And then the method we use in teaching it and showing you how to identify those patterns are pretty simple. Now, for the other part of it, the promotion we were going to do this week in the account for the prop firm, they haven't got back to me, but as soon as they get back to me, we will let you know how much reduction they're going to give you. The only question with them is how much reduction they're going to give you this week. So if you stay with us for today and tomorrow and Friday, I think by then they'll get back to us and you will know if you take an account from them, how much you can get it, how cheaper you can get it. Now, taking the account is not a problem. I know a lot of people who take those accounts of prop firm and they actually lose it. And a lot of traders lost many accounts. And the problem they're losing is it's just like you lose any account. You don't understand what you're doing. You don't have good money management. You don't have good risk management. You don't understand what to do with the trade when it's going against you. You don't have good trade management. All of those stuff we teach you in the group. And we don't only teach you, we don't only give you as a video, hey, watch this video and go practice it. It's impossible. Right? It's really impossible to do if you just watch a video and go do it. Otherwise, we'll all be great sportsmen. There are a lot of videos on sports that you can watch and go do it, right? Like I watch a video on how to play football and great. I'll be in the World Cup, right? Not going to happen. It takes years and years of practice to be there, right? So if you want to be a good trader, you think you're just going to open an account and take an account, open an account and start clicking and you'll be super? Or you're going to watch 2 videos on YouTube or 3 videos, 3 free videos and it's going to help you? Not going to help you. You need practice. That is why if you're a full-time member, we give you lifetime access to the group where we trade 5-6 times a day live. Twice already this morning with trades that are going. This is the 3rd one. We have a 4th one coming up and there will be a 5th one, 7 p.m. this afternoon where we'll be trading the news again. That's 5 where I will be involved in. I'm telling you when I said 5, 6, I mean where I am not in there. The traders are there trading without me. And that happens pretty often because we have really good traders in our group. They don't have to pay anything else. They have the right to stay there for life. Why not enjoy the company? We were only talking this morning about how many traders I met in Dubai who are not even living here. They were just passed by. They're passing through. They came for a visit. And I meet up with them. We have coffee, lunch, dinner. I've had breakfast with traders here. One guy was passing through and he had one night and he was leaving the next day and I had breakfast with him. So it's good. You get good memories. So you have access to a group of wonderful people. And that is free. Absolutely free. Consider it. You really want to be here. With that said, let's go. Let's start. So I'll start with these are all trades. Like I said, we don't change these, right? These stay the way we look at them, what we're looking for, and then we'll explain to you what happened. So dollar index, remember I said when it consolidates here, we are looking at this. The only reason we had this for a buy was because we think this could be a contracting flat. Now, we wanted a buy when it breaks this low. Once it breaks this, you put the buy entry there. Here's the thing. You don't know whether this is going to drop more or whether it's going to go up. But this is a setup for a buy. Should it go up, you would definitely be in this trade. What happens if it doesn't go up? And I explained that yesterday. If it doesn't go up, you can't sell here. You wait for this. And now you actually have a sell setup here. But I can tell you that sell setup is not going to go very far, right? Because that sell setup is within, this is a correction within that impulse. So we could see this drop a little here. And it might drop a little here, but then it has to go back to the top. And if we get this, we're going to go one more down, right? Pretty easy. See how quick we solve it? Now, could this still go back up? Could this be a slow move, a very, very, very slow move here that still actually works its way back to the top? We've seen that happen. It happened on the CAD. I think it was the CAD or the Swiss? The Swiss. On the CAD and the Swiss, I'll show you both of that. So this could slowly work its way back all the way back to the top here. Can we buy this? No, not as yet. For you to buy this, you'll have to see it make a flag somewhere here, and then we'll consider, you know what, this thing will go up back. Right? So right now, as it stands, you will be looking for a sell setup. Not sell it, you'll be looking for a sell setup. If you want to sell this, you can decide that this is going to drop with an entry order under the low. And this is where they warn. This is where traders actually lose money, not understanding wave analysis. You can put an entry there. And there's a very good chance it will come here, tag you and reverse like that. And instead of making a winning trade, you're now in a losing trade and you wonder what the hell happened to wave analysis and that flag. You said sell the flag, I sold the flag, look what happened. Well, you have to understand that that is a possibility here. And if you understand that possibility, you will not take that trade. Very simple. Now, if you do take the trade, you have to have the skill level to manage it. So it's like driving cars. We can all drive car, I assume. We're all adults. We can all drive car. Great. Not all of us are going to go into Formula One. Right? We know why. Most of us will not be able to be there. We'll be scared to death. Most of us might end up dying if we go there. Skill level is important. Anything you do, you will do it with the level of skills you have. So what I'm saying to you is that you can sell this. A lot of my traders can sell this and get out for positive. Because first, you have the knowledge of knowing what it could do. Knowledge is pretty important in trading. I don't know who, for some reason, most of the brokers out there are spreading. Well, I shouldn't say brokers. Most of the knowledge out there is being spread. Most of the talk out there is being said that you don't need to have a lot of knowledge to trade. You just need to learn a strategy for 15 minutes and bam, you're a millionaire. You're suddenly going to become a millionaire. And a lot of the gurus out there actually profess this, that you don't have to learn technical analysis. You don't have to learn anything. Just learn this one strategy and I'm going to make you a millionaire. Well, that alone should scare you. That without knowledge, you can do anything. Anybody who tells you that you can do anything without the knowledge is actually deceiving you. So you need knowledge. You need to know technical analysis. You need to know fundamental analysis. You need to learn support and resistance. You need to learn Ichimoku clause. You need to learn it so that you don't use it, so that you will know that it's useless. I learned all those stuff. I studied all those stuff, and I paid to study some of them. Well, if you don't know it, if this is your field, if trading is your field, you need to know everything there is to know about trading. Every single thing we discuss in our group. I don't care what it is. It concerns trading? Okay, let's take a look at it. You're not limiting yourself to knowledge. It doesn't mean that everything you learn will work. You will learn it to understand that it doesn't work. A lot of the things you would learn will be information that you're not going to use, but you need to know it. You need to know how your brokerage works, inside and outside, front end and back end. You need to know what the prop firms are doing. You need to understand how they make their profit. Right? You need to understand the legality of them. You need to understand where you stand in the position with them when you take an account. It could be a demo account all the time. It doesn't matter. Maybe they're hoping you're going to lose, and that's just a hope on their side. They're not trading against you. They're just working with stats. And the stat says 90% of you are going to lose. So as a business proposal for them, if 90% of the people are going to lose, and we can let them pay for an account, that's 90% will be paying us, and we will be paying 10%. That's a good business. That's a really good business. If you get 100 people and you're taking money from them and you pay the winners only 10% winning and the losers pay you, you win, right? So you have to know that. You have to learn all those stuff. Knowledge is important. So if you know what this is going to do, if you know that when it breaks the low, it can go back up there, you will know how to manage the trade. And with that skill level, you can take the trade. Without that skill level, don't take it. Simple. See how easy it becomes now? That is what they should tell you. That is what the gurus should tell you, but they don't tell you that because that's not sellable. That means they're telling you, hey, go learn a 6-week course and go practice. Have lifetime access with us so you can practice every day, 3-4 times a day. They don't have practice for you 3-4 times a day in life. So you're not going to be there. With that said, let's move on. Silver, still downside. It has not changed the downside as yet. It's just correcting in a bigger one. Now you're getting this flat here. Here's the problem with that flat. See, it's here. This one could drop here, but because it goes back to the top, it could also make a flat, go back up one more, and then come down. This is going to happen. I don't think that's all the correction. It's making a bigger correction here, but we just got new information. And the new information just told us that we're going to go up, not down. Because when they come back to the top here, what they're telling us is you're likely making a flat here for upside. So you can do two things. You can wait for this flat to finish and try to get it from the bottom, or you can decide to test your skills and trade within the correction. So here is a trade. There's a trade forming here right now. Again, you have to decide if you want to take that because there's a chance that this might just break here and go back up. And I'm not sure they wouldn't break that top. They could still break that top. I don't think this is all the correction. I think that's part of it because this one was going up real slow. So what you can do is you can decide if you can get out of this or break even. This could also drop quite a lot. What we will do is we'll wait for it to break. We'll wait for a flag here and then we'll sell it. Right? We'll also wait to see whether it comes here and go back up. You might consider if you want to buy it. So if we do decide to buy it, we'll let you know. Right? So right now, I'm not selling that. I'm taking the sell off and we're waiting to see if we get another flag. So I'll say wait for a flag to sell because I still think it's a sell setup. Come on. What happened to silver? Oh, silver and gold just disappeared. Oh, gold, where is it? This is strange. Where did they go? Okay, I don't know if I accidentally removed them, but I can't see them anymore. We'll figure that out. All right, so let's go euro. We'll come back and we'll put them on and we'll do it afterwards. So euro also, we're looking for a sell here. It's still a sell setup, but it's just not ready. Take this off. All the cells come off. Take off the cell. Take this off here. This could go down. It could go up because you could look at this and say that that is a flag for upside. I'm not buying it, not in this structure. Or you can wait for this to make a flag and then sell this. So if we get a flag here, no sound. Okay, can anybody else hear me? Give me a yes. Okay, in our group, they can hear me. On YouTube, is it clear on YouTube? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Vic, is there sound on YouTube? Or anybody else on YouTube?
The person should disconnect and reconnect again.
Okay,
It
there is.
to me.
Charles, please mute yourself. Thank you. There is sound on YouTube. Okay, so let's go. Okay, sorry about that. Yes. So for us to sell this, we will need to wait for it to make a flag here to confirm that it's going to drop. And if we get this, that would be a good trade. So don't take the trade as yet because you don't know. Remember, we didn't sell this. We wait until we got this flag and then sell it. The same thing we're waiting here for, that confirmation. Aussie. Aussie is a good buy, and Aussie will be a good buy. Like if you bought it this morning, you close it. Some of my traders should have been in this trade this morning. You close that trade, put an entry above the top. This could still go. As of now, Aussie is still a buy setup. Those are still buys, right? And we still expect this to go more up. We're looking for buys on the New Zealand. The New Zealand, if you bought this morning, put it to break even now because at this point is very close to the top, the turning point, and we have a lot of divergence. So we want this to break out, and then we want to see consolidation. We wanted to break out really sharp and then make consolidation above the top. But it's a buy setup. Some traders, I think, took this 15 minutes flag this morning. If you take it, you can put it to break even now. That is this one. If you took that, put that to break even now, because if it goes here and start to reverse, you want to be out of the trade. I'll take this out. I wasn't in the room when they take it, so we'll just not put that as it. We don't have any trade set up here. I'll take this off. But if you're in this buy still, you can move your stops to about here and leave it. All right, let's go Pong. The Pong is at the bottom here. Let me bring it up because we traded the Pong this morning. So we're in the sell on the Pong. If you want to sell the Pong for more downside, you will have to wait for it to make a flag here now. And I think that's a likelihood, and we'll get that flag this afternoon in the New York session. Give it about 3-4 hours, and then we get a flag this afternoon in the New York session for the selling. If any one of you sold the Pong before the news at this level and you put it to break even, that's excellent. That's an excellent one. You should have sold it here before the news, and when it dropped to this level, like put a stop with it and keep it, right? If you did that, great. If you didn't, well then wait now for another flag, and then we see if it's sell. I still think this is very sharp, so I don't think we're going to drop totally. I think we'll make a bigger consolidation here. I know there's a chance it could drop quite a lot, but the way they're all shaping up, it looks like it might be a bigger consolidation. We'll see. New Zealand, we did already. Swiss. Well, remember I told you about the slow move where it could go down. This slow one here, this very slow move. If you wanted to sell this, the first sell you could have done would have been here, and then you close it for break even. At this point, I don't think I would have sell it. There's no point selling it there because you're at the low, and then it drops. So these are trades where you assumed you can assume that it's going to go break the low, but you just don't have the good setup to trade it. You don't have to trade it. There are better things to trade, right? So now we're watching this. We're at the bottom of this structure. And there's a very good chance, we have a lot of divergence here. There's a very good chance this thing is going to turn. So I wouldn't be surprised if Aussie and New Zealand also turn for either deeper correction or total reversal, which means retesting the lows. If you want to see that explanation, watch the very first video I showed you in it, right? The very first video we did in this week. So this is the point from where we can go up, but we don't have a buy setup, right? There is no buy setup here. So we'll have to go to the 50, the 1 hour, and wait for a setup. Can it drop one more? Let me go back to the daily. Can this thing drop one more and break this low? Absolutely. It can. That's a possibility. Would we change this running flat to this one? Would we change that to an expanding flat there? Or it's still a running flat, so would we? Maybe. If we break this low, maybe we'll go with that pattern. For now, I don't want to put that pattern as yet because I'm not sure it is what we're looking at. Let's break this low first and then see. So one more drop to it to break the low is possible. Absolutely. This might be making a flag here. I think you can see this here. This could be a flag in the making. And if it stays here and consolidates some more, we'll get a sell setup. Come on. Yep, if this consolidates here some more, we'll get a sell setup. Let's see how much consolidation we get. We decide if we want to sell to. Yen, definitely sell. If you're already in the sell, you're thinking about closing it to put it to break even and put your entry here for the sell. So you should have sold it here. This is not going, close the trade, put the entry under the low. If it still drops, you won the trade. Can it go back up one more? Of course. We're still going to sell it. We're still looking for the downside. So that is still an active sell. I think this is where trade management is going to be important to you. If you're in that trade and you're still holding on to that trade, you're going to get a lot of trouble coming your way. So we can sell the CAD. There's a sell setup here. Actually, it's a very nice sell setup. It's very close to this trend line, but the trend line is irrelevant. It's a very big trend line. It's coming all the way from the bottom. And I don't think it has much relevancy right now. That's a weekly trend line. So I'll take it out not to confuse you. This can still go. And by go, I mean we can come back and retest this low. So let's see if they're going to drop that much. There's a sell setup. Go for the trade. So we can easily put a sell here now. And see if it doesn't mean that it's going to break out right now, but it could, right? This is a nice little flag. It might not go very far. You do have some divergence. So you'll be careful with the sell. Right? See, we have divergence here already. So it could drop through this again, but still have divergence, which means that eventually it starts to go up. But it's not upside as yet. One more low is likely. So we'll put this as a sell. Yen. The euro yen, sorry. If you're in this sell, you may want to consider putting it to break even, close and re-enter. So we broke the top, we're coming down. It's going to go down, it's just going very slow. If you close the trade here, you did well. You can close, you can put an entry under the low. Right, because it's not dropping really, it's kind of going sideways. You wanted to prove that it's going to drop through the bottom, and that's a trade you keep. Right, so now let's wait and see what it does. This is an active sell. So we can change this to an active sell. EuroCAD. So EuroCAD yesterday, we traded in the news. Remember, you close it for positive. And then I said, if you want to stay in the long run, you can stay with it, but you have to keep a stop here and wait for all this consolidation. When it made all the consolidation, let's look at it on the 15. You really didn't have to keep it that long. You could have closed it much earlier. See, you don't want to live through all of that and wait to see what's going to happen to you. So it actually made a move up. And then we're consolidating here, actually going down. So I think there's a very good chance we should make another move up like this for a running flat. This is going to come down here. And then actually the big one is going to drop. See, when they did all of this, it came down back to the bottom here for a running flat and then go. So if you want to sell this here, not a big problem. You just have to keep your stop higher and you can wait for a flag here to sell. If you sold this flag, that was perfect. Actually, that's a really good trade if you took it. Right? Because you know it's downside. This is not a flag. This is just a sharp move, but I don't think that sharp move is the equivalent of this one. So that sharp move might be an equivalent of this one or an equivalent of this one, whichever you want. This one most likely. You can look at this as a running flat. It could probably come here and then go back up, right? If this comes lower, go back up like this, then we will get this one for the downside. So I'm not keen on selling it now. This would have been a good sell. Wait for the sell setup and then we decide. We're still going to be looking for a sell. Euros. Well, this was a good flag to sell. If you sold it, your entry should have been here. If you re-enter here, it's okay. On the 1 hour, you didn't. There's no need to re-enter there. On the 1 hour, that's one candle. On the 1 hour, the place you should have closed it is here. Close your trade here. If you didn't close it, this one you can close here and put an entry here. Now, if you're not in the trade, you have to wait for this to make a flag and then sell. That's kind of a small flag, but I don't think it's for downside. Right? This was the small flag first. This was a small one. They came down, they go up, let them make a flag here and then sell. So we're looking for a sell setup. You're in New Zealand, you should have been in this trade also. Should have been in this trade here. I think that was very clear. You could have closed it here, re-enter somewhere here, be tagged, pull back, and then you're in this one. You can put an entry here, but you probably want the bigger one. This is a sell setup, but that might not go very far. So you have to be careful. Right, this might just drop here back. You want the bigger flags because they move more. But that's a sell setup. We're breaking through this. This was a big expanding flat. As much as 2 expanding flats and it's dropping. It's going to come some more here and then upside. How far more? Well, you just track it. We're showing you how to enter and close, so you should enter it, close it, re-enter again, and then go. Euro Swiss. Okay, so you're getting the running flat now. Remember this one yesterday, I said if you sell this or if you sell this, you have to be careful that you need to get this. Well, we're just getting that there now. Assume this is the running flat. Means this is going to come down. All right, where to? Let's go back to the 1 hour. Come on, my computer is slow for whatever reason. More downside. So you can easily put an entry order to sell here with a stop above here. That's a running flat. We're going to treat this as a running flat. So entry here, stop here. We're targeting this one. This is your trade. Right? So what you can do is try to get it higher. We can do that. You can try to get it much higher, which means if we get a flag on the way down here, that would be a good sell. So we'd look for the flag first. So the first one we were selling was this one, and now we're selling this one. Right? It's the same trade, more down. Euro pound. This was a buy during the news. I don't think anybody took. I don't think any of my traders took the trade, but that was the setup. We don't take all of them. You just take 1 or 2. You don't have to take all of them. Right? So upside, any flag buy. So it will be flag buy. If any of you took the trade earlier, well done. Pound loss was we try to use this as a counter, if you understand what I mean by counter trade when we're trading the news. Take that off. Now I think you've got to be careful. This could go back up because we have this sharp one here. And that is why we took it as a counter, because we knew everything was going to go down and we didn't have anything else to trade up. But he said, well, if it should go, let it be this one, right? So this should give you a running flat here and then more downside. So at this point, you start to look to see if you get any of that. If it stays here as a flag, you will still sell. We'll sell the flags until it stops and give us the reversal. Pound Yen. Pound Yen, I'm still in the sell. We're still in the sell. It's kind of consolidating now, which is good. You want to see this pull back in consolidation. That means you can add a second trade here once it's a flag. As of now, it's not a flag. So what we'll do is we'll wait for this to stay here, make a flag. And then that will be a sell setup again. Right? You can add one trade, you can add another trade, you can add another trade here. So we'll see. If it looks like it's going to go up more, which I don't think it will go because you can see clearly this is the pattern. So for those of you who joined us, remember when we were looking at this trade and, oh, come on. We're at the early stage and we're like, this is sharp, but this is a sell. So the first, if you ask me what the first forecast would do when we had this here and we had this, was that there's a chance it will come here. It will go back up there, make a flat like this, and then drop. That was the first forecast. That is what it should look like. All your forecasts should look like that, basically. We did sell this because we also thought it could go down straight down, and this might be all the correction. That's an option, but not necessarily the way it's going to be. And then this started to go up, and we thought this one was the one that is going to go, and then it started to do this. I was like, okay, leave it alone, and this happened. So now you sell this, we're selling this to come back here. And now you'll get this as a flat. This is your core correction, and then one more up there, right? Remember, where if you find a core correction, you can actually do the patterns properly. Now, I know core correction is a totally different terminology in Forex. You will hear about it very soon on the internet all over. That's something that I'm creating. So I set the trend, right? So once I set the trend, you'll start to hear a lot of wave traders using the core correction, and they should use it. I don't have any problem with them using it. At least if they're learning from me, they should keep learning, right? They'll tell you about the core correction. What that means that you're getting a lot of corrections in this thing, right? But the core correction is the center of it, of any pattern. So this is the pattern, that's the center of this one, then it becomes the center of this one, then it becomes the center of this one. See, it's in the center. If you find the center, you can tell what the pattern might become in the future. Now, it doesn't matter if you get it wrong, right? As of now, I think that is the core correction. We'll see how correct I am about it. Sometimes it does change, but then you will change what you're doing, right? So right now we're going with that, and that's why the sell is a good one to keep, because it can come all the way to the bottom, and we'll see how far it goes. This is a sell. These are useless. You have to wait for flags if you're going to sell. All of these can turn very soon. They can go some more, but they're going to turn because all of them have an up move to come, including the Pong Yen, right? So Pong Waz has an up move. Let's go back with them again. Pong Waz has a possibility an up move to complete this one, right? So, and first this one, complete that, and then complete the bigger one. Pong Yen has, Pong Yen definitely has to come down and then go back up and then come down back again. Pong New Zealand, same thing. We think this has to go back up, so it could come down a lot more. No problem. It could still go more, but there's a chance at some point you're going to get this. We're going to get an up move. Pong CAD. Well, I think this one is the easiest of them, right? Because you're looking at this and thinking, well, this already looked like a correction. And so how low can it go? Well, we don't know. We'll see. We didn't break that top. So when you don't break the top, and if this is what we think it is, a running flat, let me just make this. If this is the running flat as we think it is, then we will have to go break that top. If this is to work its way down all the way to the bottom here, let's say this comes here, make another flag drop, make another flag drop, make another, and then go back up, then we will be in this pattern forming here. And this one will be incorrect. We'll take that out and we'll relook at this piece to see what the correction is in there. I think we would probably put it like this. We had it like this previously, that this was the correction. We had that previously as a 1, 2, 3, with this being a flat in the middle there. And this is the final one. But when this went back to the top, come down here and start going back up, we changed that structure because this one was likely going to break the top. But let's see now if it goes break the top or not. If it doesn't break the top, we'll take this off. If it doesn't break the top and comes back to the bottom, and whatever is happening here is a flat of its own. It has nothing to do with this. And if you make a big flat here in the daily, if this becomes a daily flat, this piece here, within this range, if you get a daily flat here working its way here, doing this, coming here, going back up there, come back here, and then go, this should be a barely big move. But then it's going to be like this, see? A huge flat. So we could stay in this range for about 6 months or more, and then go out of it. This would be your first impulse up. So now we're about to know that. Right, we're about to know whether especially if this keeps coming down lower. The lower that goes, the lower it goes coming back into this low, the more we will know that this is a separate flat. Well, just imagine for 1 second, if you know for a fact, and I'll take this out, that your trading range is this. Let me take this out. Let me put it. That your trading range is this from the top there, sorry. From the top here to the bottom here, that's your trading range for the next 6 months. And you have an edge in how you can pick trades to the downside or pick trades to the upside. You don't have to stay with them through all the correction. And you have an idea what it looks like inside of these patterns and how the patterns is going to look. You can imagine what your trading would look like, right? How easy it becomes. So let's see how far this goes, and that will tell us whether that is the trading range. Every flag we get now, we will sell. If it turns to go back up, good. If it doesn't turn and comes all the way to the bottom, that just makes your life much easier. Because now you know. You know something you didn't know before. And that is what wave analysis is about. It's about giving you the knowledge to have an edge in the market, to understand where you are in the bigger picture, how it's going to trade, how you can take advantage of it, and how to manage it should it not go the way you expect it to go. Let's go now. Pound Swiss. Same thing here. This one is coming down pretty deep. We're in this impulse, right? So let's go for a second and put it like this. Let's assume for a second that this is not finished. Then we're going to come back here to retest this low, make a new low. And this up move, I don't know, probably is a 1, 2, 3, a very small one like that. I don't like that one. That doesn't look very good, but let's assume for a second that it's going to be that. Or maybe even worse yet, you just make another flat here. This one comes back here. Go back sharp there, make a running flat, and then drop one more. That is possible in this correction. That is possible. Comes here and then start to go. Well, we don't know that, but if this works its way to the bottom and start break this low and start to go back up, good. You start trading it like we trade this. Every time you break the low, you start going back up. You get this trade. We know a lot of the punk pairs are coming down now, but they all have to go back up. So the question is from where? If this starts going back up from here, good for us. We're coming back all the way to this top. So you go to the 1 hour and you wait for that setup. A flag you sell, a reversal you buy. So what you want to see, remember we broke the top here, but I'm not thinking that they break the top there and that. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3 is an expanding flat. Right? This is an expanding flat, which means this should go back there. All you need is an impulse and a flag, and you're back in the trade to the upside. Well, let's go to the 50 minutes and see what we have. Nothing as yet. Can it make another flag and drop? Absolutely. This should make another flag here. We're selling. Right? If it becomes a flag here in this range, that's a sell. So that'll take about 4 hours from now to get a trade. Swiss. Aussie Swiss. Okay, this will stay here for a longer period of time. You can look for a sell when it comes here. It could be a contracting flat, like a 1, a 2, and a 3. And this goes and break the top there, and then it comes back. If it breaks the stop, we're definitely selling for this trade. If it comes from here, we're definitely going to be going to break this low only. So should this come to the top here and give us a sell setup, we'll come for the break of this low and then go back up. Should it work up its way all the way to the top here, we will go with this flat in the middle here as a contracting flat. And then from there, we start selling. See? Easy. The big picture is upside. We're just making a big flat here for upside. So we'll see. Let's go. Aussie Yen. I think this is the only yen pair that has a buy setup. All other yen pairs have sell setups on them. It's the only one with a buy setup on it, and that is because of the Aussie dollar going up. So the Aussie dollar is a buy. You don't want to miss the buys. I already showed a bigger picture in it. Aussie CAD. So Aussie Yen, you can put an entry order. Let's see where's the best place to get an entry order to go. We have a running flat. I think that is pretty clear. We have this running flat, 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, and this is 3 coming down here. We broke the low. Yeah, that's ready to go. I wouldn't say so yet because you could be making a flat in here, which means it could drop 1 more and then go. Putting an entry order above this top might not be a really good idea. Wait for this to make a 15-minute flag on the way up. And then take the trade. All right, so this is the last impulse down. Wait for that to make, because this could drop 1 more and then go. We're not selling it. We're waiting for the buy setup. Now, in rare case, there's an Aussie news, put an entry order here. Yes, should Aussie news or, I don't know, yen news come along, you can put an entry order here for this to take off like a rocket. You can put that in there, but don't let this go slowly and tag you. All right, because you don't want to be in another big flat that's going back down. Aussie CAD. Okay, this one didn't go anywhere. Was anybody got tagged in a trade there? There shouldn't be a trade here though, because the stop is here. Unless we were trading it in the news and I forget to take it off. Come on, what is this? So the entry wouldn't be here. The entry would have to be here. So I'm not sure what that is. Maybe we were trading the news and I forgot to take it off because that's the only time you'll stay so far away from the price. So that's not an entry. You're going to get the same thing here. I think we'll make this a running flat. There's a good chance you could put this as a running flat with. This could be a correction of its own. It's not necessarily running flat. You might be making another correction here for one more up. They don't really go very far. So you let it make the one more up and then we look for the sell setup. You let this go up one more. And then we wait for this move down. And then go. Right, that would be a flat. That would be worth. If it breaks the top, it's a very small trade. I don't think it's really interesting because you will get divergence when you break that up, if and when you break it up. Internally here, do we have divergence? You'll have to check it in the 1 hour. We do have internal divergence. That means this here could turn anytime. Go back to the 15. If you want to take that one trade, this might be the last one up, take it, manage it properly. We're looking for the sell setup. We don't have a setup here. We'll be looking for the sell setup. CAD. Okay, I think some of my traders is in this trade already. You can put an entry under this low. It's going to make a flag here. I think it will be a bigger one, but you can put an entry should it drop immediately. Stay about one spread away from the low. So we're selling here. Should this drop through, go with it. This also made the same flat. Come on, my computer is slow. 1, 2, 3. Again, this one has the biggest correction in it, the slowest one. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually come back here and then go back up. I'll put it like this, but not necessarily that is what it's going to do. This could end up coming back here and then going back up one more, then drop. Aussie, New Zealand, let's see what this has. Yeah. It's not going up as yet, but it's upside. This is just consolidation. Put it like this, we're retesting this low. That's just huge consolidation. Now you can bring the entry order to this point. Should it go up from here? Can we sell this at the bottom here? I don't think it's a good idea. At least not as yet. Right, that's not a good setup as yet. New Zealand yen. I think 2 so far that might look upside. New Zealand yen is starting to look like upside, but I would not buy this because we are in this impulse. We made 1, we made 2, and we're in this one. So this could go a little more, but there's a chance to come back here. Maybe even go back there and then drop. Or just drop to the bottom. It wouldn't matter which one. Right? Because both of those are very corrective. So there's a buy setup here, but this is also because of the New Zealand going up. But I don't think this one will go very far. There's a high risk of you getting in this trade and it really doesn't go very far. So maybe better buy the New Zealand dollar. Right? This push up is not the dollar yen. The dollar yen is going down. So that push up is the New Zealand dollar rather than buy the New Zealand yen, which is conflicting with the pound, with the yen going down. You rather buy the New Zealand dollar and you get a better trade. New Zealand CAD maybe should be a better buy, yes. It's going back to the top there. With this one is kind of strange. Right, we were expecting it to go up a lot. We were expecting this to go up, but this pattern is incomplete. And I have no idea what that blue line is, because I really never used that color. Let me take it out. That is something, might have been a small thing and it became big. I'm looking for a pullback like this at some point, and we don't have it. So there's no buy setup at the top there. And I'll just let it play out. We could probably look for a sell setup most likely. So as it goes to the top there, we'll see if we can get a sell, take this off. New Zealand Swiss. Okay, it's getting the buy setup. This did drop here. You can put an entry here, but getting a flag here would be a better buy. Because if you put that there where it's going to go, we're expecting a lot of upside here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it takes off. It's a buy setup. CAD Swiss. Okay, let's see where we are in the big 1 hour. We're looking for a sell setup. This could break up or go back up one more. I don't think it needs to go back up. It could actually break through right here. So this is making a flat. This would be a good sell setup here. With an entry like this. Put the entry under the low here. Okay, this one is already coming back to this top for a flat. Come on, what's wrong with the charts? I think it's the charts, not the computer. Computer's working good. It's about here. So it goes a little more and then it drops. Go with that, take this off. Charts are really slow today, but that's a good sell setup. It should come back here, break this low, and then go back up. So I like that sell setup actually. Swiss yen, downside. So if it makes a flag here now, remember this could be it. But once you start consolidating at the top here, you can't actually do anything. Right? Because that could be just consolidation for upside. You want this consolidation to happen, and then you look for a sell setup. That is small, but you want something similar to that, a little bigger than that. And then you're looking for a sell setup from here, going down. Right? If it becomes a bigger flag, would be better. So I'll wait for a flag to sell. Gold, sell setup, just go for the sell, wait for this. It's not ready to go. You're seeing this as a correction here. This should go up, come back here, go back up, and then drop. I think we'll be looking for a running flat here. If you can trade in this range, that's a trade. That is if you can trade in that range. And if you know how to manage the trades, that's a trade. Let's go, natural gas. Okay, this will come down back. That was the sell. You close that sell, take this off. This went up. We didn't buy it. We didn't get any flag to buy, but it's coming down. So if you take this off, we're starting to take this off. We're starting to make a correction in this range. In this range here, see? So if this comes here and make a flag like that, we'll be selling that to come down. And then we'll look for the buy setup. Maybe there, maybe come back here and then go. So we'll see how it goes. But you're looking for a sell setup. So the buy is off. Look for the sell setup. Sell. I don't get it. What the hell just happened to that too? All these things are just disappearing like that. But give me a second. Okay, the lines are coming back, but that is not coming back. So let me go back. I don't know what happened. A couple of them disappeared. I didn't delete it, it just disappeared. So I have no idea what happened. And the chart is not going backwards. So let's add some here. See. Nat gas. I'm gonna put this one. Okay, it's not adding it back to that. Strange. Okay, guys, so I don't delay the video. We'll continue from here. S&P 500. Let's see what we have here. I have no idea how that disappeared. We'll come back to that. So this should come down a little. This should come down here for just a running flat. And most likely for a running flat, something like this, just drop one more and then go back up. So unless you get a flag, you're not selling it. Wait for a buy setup. It should be the same for the US 30 and for, I think we have, let's see this one. Let's go with that. The natural gas is here. I don't know. The oil disappeared. The oil charts disappeared. We'll come back to wait for flag sell. So this should be wait for flag sell. And let's see. NASDAQ. Same thing. This is coming down here. This is coming down here, but it could be a small running flat. So you got to be careful. Let this make a flag and then we sell. We broke the tops. Tesla. We're looking for sell setup. We don't have any sell setup. This has to consolidate a lot here before we buy. Okay, this is a nice up move. If you bought it from here, you did well. See that buy setup there? By the way, anybody took that? you want to take profit. You want to take profit right at the top because it has to come back down for a running flat. This at some point will come back here and then go. So if you got that trade, take profit. See, it works like magic every time. Let's go. Okay, this is a consolidation. It's making a bigger consolidation. Stay out of it. You can put an entry order here for a sell, though. Put an entry order here for the sell and we'll see. Okay, this is sideways. We don't have anything there. We'll wait. And Nifty. Nifty is coming down. Hope if you're in that trade, you already closed it. Wait for flags to sell. If this is a drop because we broke all the tops, I broke everything. So if this is reversing, see, we broke the monthly top, weekly top as well. Come on. Yeah, we broke all the tops. That's a very high point. You have divergence, a lot of it. So if that is coming down from there, you just wait for a flag and sell. I just wait for a flag and we'll get it. So you can take this out. This is irrelevant. Wait for a flag, sell. That should be a good reversal. Go to the 15, get a 50 minutes flag, sell it. Right? Let's wait and see. We get it. Okay. Bitcoin. This needs to come back down. All right, we're in this flat, so this looks like it can come back down here. Come here, and then either they break out or they go back up again within this range. So most likely it's looking downside. You can go for a sell. So can that spike out of this structure? It can, but I don't see a structural buy setup here. ETH. Yep. Again, this is going sideways. We tag the low, go up, come back. This could go up again. It's not taking off as yet. We don't have any buy setups. So especially since we didn't break this low. Let's see if this comes back, break the low, or if it just goes there, come here, go there, and then come back here. Like make a bigger flat. So there's no trade setup in this here. XRP. Buy setups. Still valid. You can trade these smaller ones if you want, but the bigger one is a better idea. ADA. That's good, ADA. Okay, you wouldn't buy this here, but if you get a flag here, you can buy it. If you bought this, that is good. If you bought that, that's good. If not, wait for another flag buy. So I'll take that out, wait for a flag buy. BNB is a buy. You should have bought this one. You should have bought this one. This is the buy setup here. Come on. What is wrong with this? That's a buy setup. Okay, above this top. Wait for another flag buy. All right, where's the big picture? Okay, this just keeps going up, but we're still in this impulse. So at some point, come on, what's wrong with this? Sorry about that, guys. This chart is giving me a headache today. Normally it works really fast, but I don't know what happened today. So it doesn't matter how high it goes, we're coming back down here. So you're buying here to see how far it goes, but remember this is the flat. Dash. Downside. More downside. Not more downside. Actually, this one is starting to look upside. This was the buy here. For the upside, it came down, it's going back up. You can put an entry above the top still. Come on. Yeah, put an entry somewhere above the top. It's still upside. That's upside. So you should have bought a little lower, but it's okay to keep it there. This is upside to come back to the top. Link. Okay, this is starting to go up. So this might be the low. This could be a flat and it's going up. So this is a good one, right? So it's moving up now. This is in a consolidation still. It might be upside, but it's still consolidating. So don't buy it yet. And this could be upside. So this one here might break out and go. If you get flagged, if it's there or flags by the flags. Just finish that. Right, so we've gone through everything. Let's go see what trades we have now. So for those of you in YouTube, you can ask your questions. You can post your questions. I'll take some questions. Our traders, anything else you want me to look at, any charts, anything is moving, just let me know. Anything you guys want to have. We can take about 10 minutes questions. And this afternoon, we do have news at 7 p.m. So that'll be in our trading room. But I'd like to see all of you in the New York session, right? Any questions, anything? You think Bitcoin is in the fifth wave that started in November? Well, I don't know. We'll check it for you, see if you think there's any fifth wave there. What time frame? 12 hours. Okay, let's put 12 hours and see. I don't think 12 hours will specifically give you anything. You can use a daily chart for that. So it all depends on how you're going to count your wave to decide if you're in a fifth wave, right? You have to decide what and how you count. You can, I think I should be able to let you draw on my charts. I don't know if we have that permission. I'm curious to know how we see 5 waves in here.
The people in Zoom can annotate, yes.
He's not in Zoom, he's in it's a question from YouTube. Okay, send me a chart. Send me a copy of a link with a chart copy, and I'll open it if you have. Send it in the chat. Post a chart copy you have, I'll open it. Let's take a look and see what you have there. While you're sending it, let's go. I don't see fifth wave here. I'm not counting it the way you're counting it. Like, we can start with that, right? We're definitely not counting wave the same way, because this for me is a correction. Right? This for me is a correction, but I'm really curious to see what your counting looks like, right? This is a correction. This is the impulse in trade. So I don't see a fifth wave in it. And we're now in a correction here too. So it's going to take a while for that to finish. Okay, gold and pound CAD. Any idea about pound CAD? Yeah, we finished pound CAD just now. There's a lot of ideas in it. Let's see, it's selling, and we have the sell from there going. Wait for another flag to sell or a reversal. All the pound pairs are running because we're in them and they're going really good. Let's see what else. Gold. Yeah, I lost the gold chart. I know. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Let me see if I can add. And I'm trying to add it. It might not be adding. Let's see, add a symbol. Let's go. XAUUSD. I don't know which one I had. I'll put the XCM.
The first one was from Wanda, because you have the orange flag.
Okay, great. So let's put the Wanda. Let me remove this. Okay, I'll just add another one. Add a symbol. So XAUUSD USD. Okay, the first one goes spot. Oh, not that. XAUUF2D. XAUUSD. Yeah. This one here, that flag. Okay, good. Got it. Yeah, and let's see silver now. We have to put back the silver one. That's going to be XAG. And the top one, right? So we have XAG. Let's put it back. And this thing, come on, go back there. And go back there. I think we don't want this one. We'll take this off. So let's go with silver, with gold first. We're looking for a sell setup to come back to the bottom here. So this would be come on, why this thing is so slow. Sorry about that, guys. The computer is slow. We're looking for a sell setup here to come back to the bottom here. I think it's a good sell setup, by the way. You want to keep your eyes on it. And silver, let's see. Silver also sell, but a little more skeptical on the silver sell. It might not go very far because this one came back way back to the top. It could also drop all the way back to the bottom. But if you're going to take the silver sell, you have to be able to manage that, right? Yeah, the gold sell is coming. Okay, anything else? Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to look at? Viral vids. If you send a link with the count you have, I can open it, but I have different counts. We can check, see what you have and see if, if it makes sense to me. Okay, let's go. With that said, I think that's enough. Anybody, any questions? Can you look the Dodge USDT? Is that thing? Or the Dodge USDT? I don't think I have that one. Let me see. You have a sell set up here. Let's see in the bigger picture what it looks like. Okay. We looked at this for a while. You had one, you had two, it has to come down to the bottom here. That was the sell to come here. It went up, it made a flag, it's going up there. So we are pretty much, we could be going back up, but this is the low. We never broke this low. Right? Come on, yeah. We never broke that low. So there's a very good chance that this could still come back and retest the low. Right, that all of this could just be corrections. All of this could still be two. We could still be in this corrective structure here, like whatever this is to this point, and then go back there and come and retest that low and then go. So I'll be careful with this for the possibility that it could be correction. Come on, yeah, put it back here. If we're wrong about the correction, then this would have to be an up move that would be an equivalent of this. Right, so we'll have to be in this one. Come on, what's wrong with this? Yeah. So either we take this as the low of the correction and this one is going back up there to retest the top and then come back here. Or this is come here first and then go retest the top and then come back here. So what we want to see is if we have buy or sell setups there. Go to the 4 hours. I want to see a 4 hours correction. It looks like a good 4 hour correction. Right, this looks like it's correcting in the 4 hours. For upside, let's see the 1 hour. Not exactly correcting. It looks really weird. This would have been a perfect flat for upside, but that didn't go. So let's assume this was the top. Yep, this was the top and this is your correction. And this correction right now looks both directions. Because this is going down in the channel. See? This is the top. If you put it like this, we had this. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Come down, go back up. You could probably go with this as a running flat. Then we could make an argument for that as a running flat. So depending on how you look at it, there's a chance that this could be the equivalent of this. That up move the equivalent of this one. And this here, this whole piece here is a 1, 2, 3. Could make an argument for that. Something like that, right? Or we could even make it a little more complex than that if you want. Say 1, make this the running flat, and do 1, 2, 3 for the flat in there. So this would be 1, 2, 3. At this point here, this looks like a flag for downside and most likely will go. Okay. So I'll put it like this. For now, I'll put this pattern because it's not the best one, but it looks like the most feasible thing we have right now. So this should be downside. All you have to do in that case is put an entry here. I'll stop above here because if it goes above there, that's it. Wait to see if this drop and break the low. When it breaks the low, see how far it goes. Just wait to see how far it goes. Because you're going to get divergence here. And if you get divergence, it could just break this low and then go right back up. The buy is the bigger one if it to the upside. Right? So we can see if that works. No, I would say Aussie Yen is moving different from the other Yen pairs. All the other Yen pairs have sell setups. Euro yen has a sell, CAD yen has sell, dollar yen has sell. I think Aussie yen is the one that is going up instead of down. So Euro yen, I think, should come down, but Pound yen already came down. I'm in the Pound yen sell. So Pound yen is coming down already, and it has more to go. The Pound yen already came down. We're in the sell. Come on. Yep. It's making a flag here. It's going to drop more. So they're just making a correction like this, made a correction here and a correction here. So we make a correction, they're going to drop more here. So I think Pound yen will go good. This is just the first candle that pulled back, so no need to worry very much. So Pound yen looks downside, Euro yen looks downside, CAD yen looks downside, Swiss yen looks downside. New Zealand yen and Aussie yen are the two that they're looking upside. If you get tagged and goes the opposite way, how soon do you close it or wait for stops to be hit? No, you don't wait for your stop to be hit, and there's no sooner or how soon or how close. Structurally, it depends what it's doing in the structure that will make you decide, well, you're going to close it here or not. Right? So if you follow us for the week, you might get a little glimpse as to how we do it. I closed 3 trades today like that didn't go. We were in the trade. We're still in the same direction, but we just close and re-enter. So it's how you manage the trade. That's trade management rules that we use. But there's no specific one. It all depends on which pattern you're trading, how the pattern is behaving, what it's doing right now at any given point in time. Right? Okay, you want that one for my traders. This one inside my group. Is that a 1000 SHIB? The 1000 in front is important. Okay. I have it here. I think you want this one without the P, with the P, right? So you want this. Why you have to trade all the complex ones like these? Unless there's a perfect pattern in it, there's no reason to trade. You just trade, all of them move, so pick just a couple simple ones. This one is really, really complex. I think you can see it's kind of at the bottom here. It's go there, come here, go there, come here, good. So I can break this up for you, but it will take a long time. And this here, see, we broke the top and it's coming. So if it comes back, it's going to come here and then make another one. Right? It could come here and then make another spike. This would be more of a flat. So we can look at this as a 1, 2, 3. This, if we look at this as a flat, this one in the middle doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't have anything to attach it to. So we'll have to relook at that slightly different. We'll have to wait until all of this is finished, and then it will probably make sense. Right? So you got to watch these. There's no point sometimes going into all these complex ones. Wait for a flag. If it makes a flag like this here, sell it. Right? If this makes a flag here, sell it. Should it go back to the top? I don't see a buy setup. So mostly you would assume that if you get this, or if you get something like this, you can sell. If you get this, sell. It's not smooth, you know. You see this piece here, they're pulling back so many sharp pieces in it all over. This is pretty dangerous trading at the bottom here for the sell and for the buy. It could give you a positive trade, but before you close it, you'll be out negative already. So I would say stay away from it. Let it start, let it make a low and start going up, and then you start buying it. Okay, guys, anything else? USDC, USDT. Okay, why that one now? What's interesting with that one? Let's see. USCT. Is that correct? USDC. Okay, let's see what this is. Seems like there's like 1 million of them. This one is very new or what? It just started. It's coming down. This one will probably go down more. That's all I can tell you immediately. So look for more downside. It's dropping. Oh, come on. This thing is crazy. Yeah. Look for more downside. It's still going down. This still is going to go down more. Look for flags on the 1 hour to sell if you can sell it. There's no buy setup. Long-term buy setup is not there yet. Euro New Zealand. Let's see. Let's go. Euro New Zealand on the daily, and you want it on the daily and weekly. I took the sell at 175.30 yesterday. It can go down some more, but I'm not sure it's going to go that much more. See, we're at the bottom of this thing. We broke that low and we're breaking this low. See, that sharp move is what my problem is. My problem is that I don't think that is all the correction for downside. So if I was looking for a down move to go down a lot from here, I'd want to see some kind of a flat here. So I'd want to see this make some kind. This is not what I would want to see. So if I see this, then that makes sense for me for this, come back here and then go up. So if it's going down, that piece is not fitting into the structure. By any means, I'm not quite clear what that piece is. So I think we'll have to wait until this breaks the low here, go back up, and then we'll figure out the pattern. Because there's a very good chance this is going to turn. It just needs to go a little more. See the divergence here? So you're looking for the 1 hour divergence within. We don't have it. All right, this here could go back up. This could go back up to make a running flat. So if you're in the short-term buy, this could happen. See? That could happen anytime. All right? So be careful with that. US oil, we'll take a look at that. Do you think New Zealand US is turning now? We have to wait for an impulse and a flag. Too early to call the turn. It's possible, but it's too early. Let's see US oil. By this afternoon, we will know. Let's see where the US oil. Okay, oil we lost here. Let's add it back. I'm pretty sure I added just now and it kind of disappeared again. Let's add a symbol. No, not section, sorry. Add symbol. I'll remove the section just now. I don't see it. But it's there now. Got it. Okay, my charts are freezing up a little, so you have to wait. This is going up, but I don't like this sharp one. So we had it for a sell for this flag, but it didn't go up. Let it pull back. I will go with a buy, but I want this to pull back first and then buy. I kind of get a flat there and then go for the buy. There's no setup on it right now that I'll trade. If it pulls back, we get the buy. If it drops and make a flag, we sell. So we wait. There isn't any setup on it right now. So, okay, guys. Sorry about that. My throat is still having this problem. So I would see all of you this afternoon. Don't forget to invite more traders. Take